Yeah, this the underground underdog DJ Kizzy Rock, and I'm coming out hard Atlanta, yeah.
Breaking out of Atlanta, GA, I say, moving across the US of A. It's music for the heartbreakers, the money makers, the booty shakers, under the control of DJ Kizzy Rock.
Baby, Kizzy Rock is full of busy, and yo, rock, what up?
At the height of his career, DJ Kizzy Rock was one of the most iconic figures in the bass game. DJ Kizzy Rock has claimed his stake as a major piece to the puzzle that has shaped not only the music industry of Atlanta, but the entire city as a whole. Today, we have DJ Kizzy Rock coming out hard, Atlanta. Let's go.
Thank y'all for tuning in, man, to Coming Out Hard Atlanta. I got a special guest today. I got an icon in here, an A-Town legend, man, a native who rocked this place, King of Bass, me, Kizzy Rock, all in your face, bouncing hard through the fall, balling with the big dog. My nigga, Kizzy Rock, man. Thank you for coming through, Kid.
Yeah, man, you know I had to come through for Gino now.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Look, hey, kids, the reason why I brought you on this podcast, man, because I know when we talk about Atlanta music, when we go back and check the background and history of Atlanta music, your name is not thrown around enough.
Because I'm the underground underdog.
Hey, man. Hey, you a legend in our eyes, bro. Like, you paved the way. You set the trail. You a trailblazer, bro.
Well, you know, I'm part of the third generation of that old school soul.
Hey.
But I'm right there with them, though. I could see them when we were walking down the trail. I could see them.
All right, kids, man. Let's go get into it for the people that don't know you, man. So we can go on, you know, let these folks know exactly who you are for the people that don't know. Man, let's go back to your beginnings.
Okay.
Like how you really jumped into the music industry, what made you get into it? How was the Kizzy Rock household coming up when he was young?
Oh, well, first of all, it started, I was actually rapping first. Kid D, that was my rap name, D. And anybody say what the D stand for, I'd be like duplicator, dominator, you know, all that old kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I had my partner, his name was Billy D. We had a group called DF, and I was rapping. And, you know, I'm from the Gresham Park area. Gresham Park was really live. I'm right down the street from the park. So everybody used to come through there, the older cats, you know, beating Planet Rock and all that kind of stuff. So we was musically inclined anyway. And then, you know, I got into DJing. I started, because I was with these twins, Derek and Dwayne. Mm-hmm. And we got into DJing. And it was a crew in my hood that was known right everywhere called the J Team. Like Edward J was like the man. He had a record store by across the street from East Hampton Apartments.
Probably one of the first.
Right. So, you know, I was like, man, if I could ever get on the J Team, because I was doing all the little neighborhood parties or whatever. But I knew if I could just get on that platform with Edward J, it was just gonna catapult what I was doing to a whole nother level. But I didn't know how I was gonna get on there. So I'm going to open campus, and it's a girl chick by the name of Trey Love. Her auntie worked at the J shop. Mm-hmm. So she was cool with J. So when I found out, so you know Edward J, so take me up there one day. So we went up there, and he wasn't there. But I was in the J shop checking things out. Somehow I left my driver's license up there. I don't know how I did it. And the next day I got a call, and they was the auntie who worked there told me to come up there and come get my license. Mm-hmm. So I go up there, she ain't there, but Edward J in there.
There it is.
I say, yeah, right there. So I'm like, wow, that's J right there. So, you know, he do his hi, hello, you know how J talk.
Yeah,
so I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm a DJ, you know, and stuff. But then, they big, man. He got DJ Lynn, but see what was going on? Lynn and Lazy Rock, they used to be the boys from Alcatraz. They were making the J tapes, but they was starting to have some steam behind this record they had called Roll It Up. So Lynn wasn't really making them J tapes like he used to, because they on the road. So Edward J really needing a whole new crew to come up.
Yeah.
Smurf had already just got on a week before I got on, but to back it up to how I got on, I'm telling Edward J, you know, I DJ, I love to be a part. How can I get on the J Team? He told me to make him a demo tape.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So I called MC Jam. I say, man, we can get on this. If we can get this fire tape together, Jay gonna put us on. So me and him, we made this tape. I took it to Jay. And Jay said, all right, I'm gonna check it out. So we waiting. I ain't never hear nothing back. About 2 weeks. So I go up there. And you know, he sold all the cassette tapes. He had them in showcases in there.
The 60-minute, 90-minute tape.
60 minutes, 90 minutes. So I go up there and he's not there. And I'm just looking in the showcase. I see one in there that's got Kizzy Rock wrote on it.
Woo.
And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what's this about. So then he come in and I'm like, I ain't never hear from you. And what's going on? He like, man, I've been looking for Trey Love, the girl who brought me up there. He like, I've been looking for her to get in touch with you, man. We put this tape on. This is the hottest seller we got going on in here right now. I'm like, for real, because we went in when we made it.
Yeah.
And he like, this is the hottest seller. So he was like, man, you can go and get started. Whenever you just bring me the tapes and, you know, we'll work it out. I'm like, bet. So that's how I got on the J team. And then when I got on the J team, from then it was just full throttle.
That's the move, man. So originally you're an Atlanta native,
right?
Kizzy.
East side.
East side. So tell me about the East side, man. Tell me about that side of town. I'm from Zone 3 and Zone 1. So I rarely do go on the East side. I got some family that have stayed on the East side, but I don't really venture out there.
The East side, Decatur, man, back in them days, Decatur was their own little world because we didn't have to go nowhere. We had like 4 or 5 malls all on the East side. Like, we didn't have to go nowhere. Back then, College Park was kind of, you know, that wasn't really hood like that, like it is now. And the East side was just, you know, all the clubs was on the East side. Like, you didn't have to travel outside really the East side. The East side was just its own thing, man. It was its own world.
Gotcha. So, Kizzy, man, talk about how you first became on. I know you with the J team, you did your thing with the J team, you built your name in the city. What gave you that first opportunity, like your first single, to really show Atlanta who you is?
I think a guy named Alex who went to Lakeside with me had it was a club called Club Excess, and Alex was the manager at Club Excess, and I got wind of this, so I went up there and talked to him, and he instantly, because I was already popping on the J team, I just wasn't in no clubs. The J team was popping, man. Me and Smurf was getting in clubs for free back then. 16, we in the Silver Fox, grown folk, crunk. So Alex, who went to Lakeside with me, he was the manager at Club Excess, so I go up there and talk to him, so he give me a night to DJ up there with a cat named DJ Hurd. Now, Club Excess was the spot, like, it was big, everybody was going there, and anytime you got the hood and the colleges partying at the same time in the same atmosphere, that just create a whole nother energy. It ain't like a club that's just total hood or a club that's just total college. When you put them together, it's on something else, and I'm DJing there, and I'm coming in there with that J-Team energy, because Herb is playing more like, I don't know, college style or whatever, and I'm coming in there straight J-Team, so people was able to see me, so I believe Club Excess was the start then, and I'm working Sharon Showcase.
So you DJing at this time, right?
I'm DJing. This is my first actual club to play in, but I've been just that mixtape cat all over the place, but to actually be in a venue playing, it was Club Excess.
Gotcha.
And then it was Sharon Showcase, and I kind of got them juggling them.
So you built up your name off them clubs?
Off the clubs, yeah, because people see me. That's when the East Side really got, but they were behind. See, before I got on the J team, I already had the Gresham Park flat shows kind of thing going on. But then when the J team just took it somewhere else, and then that went to the club. Now after that, that's when I met this guy named Bonet, and I met Poncho came through the J team. I actually put Poncho on the J team because he worked at the barbershop next door to the J shop. That's when it was on Carolyn Road. But that's how we got started. When I got on the A-Town, when I started the A-Town Players and we got our first record deal with Belmar, I think that's probably when, cause me, Bonet, and Poncho, we was already kind of just clicking with the music, and everybody who was coming from the J team was putting records out, like Success and Effect, like we just talked about, and then you had Smurf had got him. Shadi, see, Shadi was on the J team too.
Yeah.
So Shadi had then came back and got Smurf and took Smurf with him on the road as his DJ. So and so Smurf was out there working. So it's like, man, we got to get us a record out some kind of way. And
what was the first single?
The first single was called A-Town Drop.
A-Town Drop.
A-Town Drop. It came through Twin Production. These two twins who had an electrical company. And I got them to invest, because me and Poncho, we was everywhere trying to find us some investors. Somebody who, you know, the investment game, pay for the studio, get the wax pressed up back then with records, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm asking everybody. I'm the dope nigga on the east side.
How you get this shit done?
And I got them twins. I got Al and Lo to get involved with it.
Yeah.
And yeah, they I don't know, they had a hookup with Bellmark, and that's how we got over there.
All right, so let's just jump into the bass game. Like starting out, you know, the bass game. I'm pretty sure when y'all first came, was y'all first single a bass song, or was it like a
A-Town Drop was a bass song.
just a bass song? Okay.
Definitely a bass song.
So let's talk about that game. What you think about the bass game, and you know where it started and how it kind of faded out and until it's like making a comeback. I just heard Usher new shit with the City Girl. That shit bass song. That shit hot right now. And then they did a couple more bass songs throughout the years. Tell me what your thoughts on the bass game as far as then and now.
As far as it evolving,
Yeah.
Well, of course, Florida started it, and then we came and, you know, Atlanta got involved, and I would always call ours like party bass. Like, I don't know, cause back then Florida, they was more raunchy a little bit with what they was. We was more.
Who they had? They had Gucci Crew. They had Lou.
Half pint. Yeah, everything was just nasty as you want to be.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Atlanta had to throw some player shit off in there.
We were party.
We was on player party.
Because Atlanta is a party city.
Yeah.
That's all Atlanta is. You know, Atlanta is just a party city. Well, it was then.
Yeah. So, hey, man, so Kizzy, I know you got your hype with all your records, like during that Freaknik era. That Freaknik era was probably one of the biggest eras for the bass music and for y'all. You know what I'm saying? For like you, Kilo, Raheem, well, Shadi came earlier, but like
that's because when Freaknik came, our music, we was the soundtrack for Freaknik.
Absolutely.
Because at the time Freaknik came, bass music was running in Atlanta. But to your question, what I think happened, bass music, kind of like what's going on now with rap, it's oversaturated with just anybody trying to say anything.
Yeah.
And it's been lost a lot of content and substance. And that's what happened with Booty Shake. Like, it started getting real comical, and they'll start saying anything to a fast beat, like, you know, grits and jelly, you know, it just started getting, you know, and it lost respect.
Yeah.
It lost respect, you know. So I see them, you know, it can come back, but see what the problem is, bass now doesn't have, even though that can happen too, it doesn't have, see when we did it, it was a culture thing going on. Like, you had the dancers, all kind of dance groups. Women was fitting the mold of what we was talking about. It was a culture. See, now it's not necessarily a culture, it's just some fast music.
Yeah. Hey, man, so Kizzy, let me ask you this though. The old Atlanta and the new Atlanta.
Big difference, but what's the question?
Hey, let's go into it, man, because I know it's a lot of people, man, that got their own views on Atlanta. Including me, man. I got my own views because I came up through here. Like I said, I came up behind y'all.
Right.
So I looked up to y'all. I looked up to you, Kilo, Raheem, Sam, Diablo. Like, that was my whole era right there. Bro.
Right.
Criss Cross. I was a big Criss Cross fan back then.
You had the pants on backwards.
Nah, well, I think I did wear them around a couple times like that. Me and D-Rock from the Yin Yang Twins, we just wear our clothes back with every now and then.
I can see D-Rock doing that too.
Hey, so what are your views on the old Atlanta and the new Atlanta now? What you think about it, man? Give me your views on it.
Old Atlanta was fun and it was the culture. New Atlanta just about money, man.
That's it.
Money. That's it. No, nothing else matter. And you know, it got took over. You know, it was like a lot of cities and states that came up hustling or getting business operations going on. See, Atlanta, we ain't really have no businesses going on. We was just having fun. It was just fun. It was just fun. But you had other places like New York who watching how the mob is, you know, they seeing, so Detroit, like they came to Atlanta and just really capitalized, like especially Freaknik. They came down and seen, man, ain't nobody doing this. Ain't nobody doing this. Man. All these people here. So everybody started setting up shop, and then the actual natives, we got pushed on the outside.
Yeah.
So the natives have no control over. Now things are starting to change because now people are starting to try to click up.
Yeah, I think Loretta said it straight when she made who was from Atlanta, who ain't from Atlanta.
Yeah, see, it depends. That's something too. It depends on how you look at that. You know, I get her point though, cause like maybe if you're not in Fulton County, then that's the Atlanta city thing. That I guess you ain't. Yeah, I guess you ain't then from Atlanta. But College, well, you know, some parts of College Park like Gabby Road and Red Oak. Unincorporated. You know, they helped make that thing. Because when Freaknik was here, people wasn't just in one location. People was everywhere that Atlanta was already kicking it at anyway. Yeah. So when Freaknik came, it's like they had all the tourists coming to wherever they kicked it, like the east side. They had their spots, Exchange Park, Candler Road. It's like all these different spots. The west side got their spots. And the south side, it's like people was everywhere, you know? So I think it took everybody played a part in making Atlanta what it is.
Gotcha. Hey, Kizzy, I've been knowing you for years, bro. Yeah. And I've been watching you. I've been seeing you DJ, you doing the music. Bro, you are a crowd controller.
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
That's what Jelly used to say too. Jelly used to say that. Yeah.
Bro, you a real crowd controller. You know how to hold a crowd. It's kind of hard to do that. A lot of DJs can't do that.
Right.
A lot of DJs can't hold the crowd.
Right.
I don't give a fuck how tight they say they is or how far they say they is. But I don't see you goddamn work your magic on the crowd control, man. Talk to me about crowd control, man. What you got to do to have crowd control out there?
I think when Jelly used to say it all the time, I used to be like, "What are you talking about?"
You will, bro. You're a true crowd controller, bro. Like you can control the crowd.
Well, this is what I break it down. I think it's my song selection, my music. Because if you can get the people through the music, then now you got them in a state where you can talk to them. Yeah. And you can tell them whatever. Put your hands up. Put them down. Say ho, whatever you want to do. They gonna do it because the music got them going. And that's what it was. I used to just hit them back to back with something and get the energy level going, and then just talk to them. Then I'm naturally loud. So you know that
you got a voice too, though, kids. Right. Like your voice is real recognizable. Anybody here, Kizzy Rock voice, they know it's you.
Right. I've heard that. Tell me about some of the clubs you done rocked in the city. I know you done DJ'd across the entire city, you know,
man.
That could go forever.
I know.
We'll name some of the biggest, some of the ones I can really remember.
People didn't think, DJ Kizzy Rock doing that shit.
Okay, Club Excess. Then we had Sharon Showcase. That's big because Sharon is who taught us how to party. Yeah. Sharon is responsible for teaching us how to party. We learned through that situation right there. Another one of my biggest is 559. That was huge, and then that was going on during the Freaknik era. So talk to some people about 559 during Freaknik.
Used to have the goddamn crowd outside, the goddamn in the middle of the street, bro. Like it was hard as hell to get through that West End area, bro.
You couldn't get through there, and then from what I would always hear, they would be having a party going on, you know, over there in the mall parking lot. You know, all that would just be full. But once again, that's another situation where you got a club, where you got the hood and the college partying together. Anytime you got that energy right there, it's gonna be
crazy.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's crazy,
gonna
bro.
be crazy.
You did your thing too during that era, goddamn Kizzy. You still doing your thing, man. So what's up with you nowadays, Kizzy? What you got going on nowadays, bro? I know you doing a bunch of stuff, bro. You got shows lined up. You doing you promoting your new songs, everything. Man, tell the folks exactly what you doing now.
Well, I'm still doing music. I'm still DJing, but I'm more like an event coordinator. You know, I try to like, this is my season I really like now. I'm in the festivals. You know, I'm in the outdoor stuff, especially after the pandemic. Because the pandemic, I don't care what they say, the pandemic didn't change the whole scope of how people moving around here now. You know, all the things jumping now, things that people know about, that's been promoted and they know to go. But it ain't like people just out just floating around everywhere just looking for stuff to do like they used to. So and then, you know, mixtapes was big. And I'm still into that, but now it's through USBs.
Exactly.
So I'm
so
doing.
you done transition too.
Yeah.
So you done transition to the USB. You changing with the game.
Yeah, you got to.
Changing with the game, Kizzy. Hey man, I mean that's tight, bro. Kizzy, share some words of wisdom to the new up and coming artists. Man, I know you see a lot of artists. A lot of artists be trying to get you to break their records.
Yeah.
You off in these clubs doing your thing. You know, get some words of wisdom to the new artists, to the new people coming up. Man, and when I say that, I mean like as far as like, you know, just their business and what they trying to do, contracts and shit like that. Cause I know at one time you was signed to Ichiban when you signed.
Well, I was signed to a guy named Spearhead X who had a label called Black Label, and he had a distribution deal with Ichiban, but I was never directly signed on to Ichiban. Okay. I was signed with Tommy Boy from the jump. That's where the Yeah Shawty Yeah and the Bouncy Y'all came from.
All right, gotcha.
But my advice would be to the up and coming is to move cautiously, because scamming is on a whole nother level right now. Like, I'm telling you, DJs, like, the game ain't the same with the DJs no more. You got DJs who ain't really DJs. They just know how to, you know, work the computer. And you got street cats like, you know, I give you $500 to, you know, play my song, break my song. So they taking all the street cats' money. Now the starving artist who really got some talent, but he ain't got no money. But he really got, you know, the original way. He ain't got no money from the jump. That's why he's in the business, to try to make a career out of it. Man, they chumping that man off. Ain't nobody caring about what his record even sound like. So then you got these DJ crews who, I'm gonna tell you, operation that was real slick. I ain't gonna call no names, but I seen they'll get the country boys from out of town to come in, and they had some DJs that was in a few clubs. So we got the SOS, I'm just giving the name. The SBY boys, they coming in town, so we're gonna send them around to each spot. So I need y'all to go hard on that record that night. So they send the group around, and when they after they go to 5 clubs and leave, they be like, man, we went to Atlanta, boy, every club we went to was popping. Now the DJ don't play that record no more. He wasn't playing it before they even came in there. But it's like, it's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of it. So I would tell the up and coming, you gotta be cautious, be careful, and really you don't need that. Internet done changed everything. You can watch your crowd. You can monitor things. I would say get extremely knowledgeable of how to work business through the internet. Absolutely. Do you still know how to work from Technique 12s, man? Because I know the shit that take everybody to the computer. You still on the Technique 12? Yeah, I still know how to work the 1200s, man. That's the bull right there. I miss that vinyl too, man, because that's what separated the real DJs from this right here. Because you put them on that, they ain't gonna know what to do. Like blending, you got to actually move the pitch control to get the records on the same tempo. You can't type, okay, that's say BPM 130, and then you had to really work.
Hey man, I would love to see a good DJ battle with some of y'all cats. Somebody like you, Nabs,
Goldfinger, Jelly.
That's my nigga Goldfinger. Hey man, man, you need to do a battle. You need to do set up a battle with something. Jelly, Monte.
But you know what my goal really is? I'm into EDM, right?
Yeah.
And those EDM festivals like Tomorrowland and Tomorrow World, I want to do that with urban DJs.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gonna talk too much about it because I know how Atlanta is. They will steal it, man. Oh, they'll steal it. So I ain't gonna really go into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got something that I'm working on that's kind of circling around how that works.
I know you're gonna put your foot off in that one, kids.
Almost definitely.
Hey.
But the big thing is August 12th, though.
Oh yeah. Kids, little know what's going on for August 12th, man, because I'm gonna be on deck, bro. I think me and my crew, all my niggas gonna be there.
Look. August 12th. August 12th.
Go ahead,
they done messed around and let us slide in there. Because you know they wasn't just going to let us go again. But they wasn't going to let us just go and Pete Mount Park like that. Because remember, they kicked us out back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got a reggae festival that's going on down there. Big reggae festival. But, underneath that, Kizzy Rock is in there with the old Atlanta experience. And I just do an hour and a half set of just how it used to be. And I try to, incorporate on the stage what was going on back then, as far as the dancing, and and as the budget get bigger, I'll be able to incorporate more things. Like I need all the old school cars. Like I want it to be almost like a musical. They're musical.
I want that junk to look like a Freaknik, but I already know we're gonna be downtown.
The musical, yeah. Well, it's gonna be that as far as the scenery outside. Yeah, it's gonna be that. But the theme of my set, I needed like a musical.
Oh yeah.
A story being told through song and dance. And the story I'm telling is Atlanta in the 90s.
Absolutely.
And that's it. But that's what August 12th gonna be about. If you're in the city, you need to be at Pete Mount Park, August 12th, 9 p.m. Gino gonna be out there and his boys with the drones and stuff.
We're gonna be having the drones out there. It's gonna be
well.
All right, kids. Look, I do this little. I just started a little thing. So with the artists, so when I call out an artist,
okay,
I'm gonna name 5 random artists.
Okay.
Just give me your first thought on that artist.
Oh man.
Your first thought on that artist, all right? So we're gonna take it back to the bass game, man, because I love the bass game. Like I said, bro, me and my niggas, we came up on the bass game.
Okay.
Our first song was a bass track.
Okay.
So, all right, we're gonna start with the first artist, Kilo Ali.
Crazy.
Right.
But Kilo is my dog though.
That's my dog too, man. What's up, Kilo? All right. Second artist, Raheem the Dream.
Ooh, business.
All the way down to the T.
Business, man.
Man, Raheem mama cussed me out one day when I on the flyer wrong, bro.
Hey, and that's where he got it off. That's where he learned from. That's who taught him, Dr. Raheem.
Mm-hmm.
She taught him the whole game.
Oh yeah.
Raheem is actually the first person I went to try to get the A-Town Players a situation going on when we started. But he just had his hands full, because Raheem.
And when it comes to business, Raheem on his shit.
That's the man.
That's the man.
That's the man.
That's the man. All right. Third artist, MC Shadi.
Oh, see, legendary. East Side. Even though he from New York. Shadi was like the mayor.
You can't tell me Shadi ain't from the A, goddamn. I know he's from New York, but that nigga is from the A, man.
It got no bigger than Shadi. Shadi used to date a girl named something Bigelow. Pam Bigelow. I think it was Pam Bigelow. She stayed in our neighborhood. Shadi had a brown Cadillac back then.
Mm-hmm.
We was kids. When he came through, it was like that was the ice cream man or something. We was just Shadi was huge, man. Shadi was huge.
Absolutely, man. Artist number 4, man. Sammy Sam, the Hitman.
Crazy part 2. Yeah. But Sam, uncut, gutter, everything they talking about and doing now, Sam was doing it then.
Gotcha.
Real Atlanta.
Real Atlanta.
Real Atlanta.
Real from the gutter Atlanta.
Real from the gutter Atlanta.
Zone 3. What's
Zone
happening, Sam?
3, zone,
What's
no
happening,
license, outrunning police, Sam.
Alright, my 5th artist now. This nigga ain't from the A, but he done spent a lot of time in the A. And he done spent a lot of time in Decatur. And he done been around this thing. My nigga Tupac Shakur.
Tupac. I think Tupac, yeah, I like, Tupac was major. Tupac was major because I was DJing 559.
Mm-hmm.
And Tupac was carrying a lot of my sets that I had. A lot of,
That's
yeah,
cool, man.
yeah.
Tupac
Tupac had us mixing Alizé and
Cristal, well, no, Alizé
Hennessy.
Hennessy.
Yeah, Thug Passion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trendsetter.
Alright, clear, kids. If you want to, you got some shout outs you want to give anybody, or you got some merch you want to promote? Tell them about the Yeet shirt, where they can get them from.
I want to promote the USBs. Hit me on Instagram at Kizzy Rock 1. I want to promote Coming Out Hard Atlanta, because this right here is definitely finna blow. I want to holler at Gino, because Gino has kept my graphics on point for years. Actually, Gino created this logo.
Appreciate that, man.
And I just want to shout out to everybody, man, in Atlanta, man, who, even though, I ain't been a cat that's just been heavy radio rotation, but they didn't care about the superficial world. They cared about the real. They know, okay, Kizzy really was in that club, really, so people who done been supporting me from day one, I want to shout out.
Hey, kids, you an icon to us, bro. Like I said, our first song that we came out with was a bass song, my nigga. So you a real icon to us. I'm glad to have you here, man. I appreciate you for following through the Coming Out Hard Atlanta, man.
Man, I appreciate y'all having me up here, man. I love it.
Hey, you want to give them your IG again, and so they can hit you up, or for any type of merch, or even with the new stuff that's coming out on August 12th for the event.
For all, cause I got like 10 pages, but Kizzy Rock 1, Kizzy Rock 1 Instagram. DM me right there, cause that's the quickest. That's the one I'm on all the time. So.
And Kid, you still doing DJ services? So what's up, man?
Party last night. Yeah, Kizzy Rock 1, hit me up. Private parties, it don't matter, whatever. Oh, and we starting a throwback night on Old National at this club called Mint, formerly Wraith, across the street from the Mexican. Malcolm then got it. He done hooked it up. It looked real good in there. So, and we starting that Thursday. Throwback, we going 90s to about probably future Dirty Sprite. That's about what, 07?
07, 06, 07.
07, yeah. We're gonna run, yeah. We're gonna, yeah.
I know you're gonna keep that crowd control on deck. So
most definitely. I can't wait to get back, because I haven't been in a spot consistently on that style since the pandemic. Yeah. So I'm anxious to get in there and just, create something. Yeah.
Turn it up, man. Well, kids, man, we appreciate you. Thank you, bro, for coming out, Coming Out Hard Atlanta, and goddamn blessing us with your presence. And thank you, bro.
Hey, East Side.